Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews. I'm your host, Spease, and today we are looking at Terror Train 2, released in 2022. Terror Train 2 stars Robyn Alomar, Nadine Bhabha, Nia Romy, Weltman, Lisa Truong, Elle Paterson, Tori Barban, Dakota Jamal Wellman, Tim Rozan, Daniel Gravelle, and Judith Baribeau. It is directed by Philippe Gagnon, once again. Okay, so the first thing I want to note about this film, it is a Tubi original, again. It came out on New Year's Eve of 2022. So that means that the original remake was released in October of 2022, and then this one was released in December, the end of December of 2022. And I think they should have waited until New Year's Day to release the film. I mean, I get releasing it on New Year's, around New Year's, because the film does add that New Year's aspect to the film again. January 1st, 2023 would have been a much better release on Tubi for this film. That way, your remake comes out in 2022 and the sequel comes out in 2023 instead of the way it is now, both films coming out in the same year, 2022. And just like he did with the remake, Gagnon recreates Roger Spottiswood's intro with the train coming through the tunnel for the main title of the film, which was a really cool touch. But as far as the film goes, yes, it is kind of weird that you're taking all the surviving characters from Terror Train 2, which there were several. There's Elena, there's Sadie, there's Pet, there's Mary, there's the Prez, and there's the Magician, of course. And all the actors that played in the remake reprised the roles in here, which is good. But there are a couple of characters returning to this that don't really like what they did to the character. Romy Weltman's Pet is one of them. Because in the remake, she is, she's trying to seduce Elena's boyfriend Mo and everything. Yeah, okay. But she is not an insufferable bitch that only cares about herself and everything. Or at least she wasn't portrayed that way by Romy Weltman in that one. In this one, that is all this bitch is about. I mean, that is the character. And I don't know if I like that change in that character. Tori Barban returns as Mary, and she seems pretty much the same as she was in the remake. So she's okay, she's fine, and it's good. Dakota Jamal Wellman as the Prez is back, and he again, he was very likable as the Prez in the remake, and he's the same in this. I'm glad to see they didn't do anything radical and change him the way that they did with Pet. And then, of course, the magician is back, and it's Tim Rozan is back as the magician, and he's just as good as he was in the original. And I actually think he's better in this than he was in there, because he was doing the sinister stuff, trying to set it up like he might be the killer in the remake. And in part 2 here, he is just like Elena, who both of them are the ones that suffered. The rest of these people that are coming back, they didn't face Carney, and they did not suffer any injuries or any torment by Carney in there. Nothing happened to Pet, nothing happened to Mary, nothing happened to the Prez. They got away unscathed and didn't have to worry about being tormented or nearly killed in there. But Elena and the magician did, and Robyn Alomar and Tim Rozan both play the hurt, the wounded parts of them. They play it really well. Robyn Alomar really as Elena. This is how you put someone through a traumatic experience and show them as being traumatized by it. The Halloween films could really take a page out of this film's book here, instead of making the girl batshit crazy the way that Rob Zombie did in Halloween 2, or the way that Halloween 2018 ended up turning Jamie Lee Curtis into the Sarah Connor crap that they did. This girl, with Robyn Alomar's portrayal of Elena, this is what a person who has been traumatized by these experiences should be acting like, should feel like. This feels real. This is the way you do it. And the performances are great. And Tim Rozan, I was not expecting him to give the kind of performance, like I said, that he does. He does similar, but in a different way. He's more his magic act that he's doing is suffering from his what he went through. He's just not as crisp, and he's not as, he's making mistakes with his act and everything, and they play that up really well. And there are a couple of annoying characters other than Pet in here that I just wanted to see the killer bash in the head with a ball-peen hammer several times. And there's a new character named Claudia, played by Nia Rome. And she starts off okay, as a character, but they are just trying so hard to make you think that this girl is the killer for whatever reason. Putting and it is just too much with her performance, the way she does it. It becomes irritating with her. Just like the way they do Pet. And then the other one is Lisa Truong's character of Lucy. She is annoying as hell as well. She's cute. When I first saw her, I was like, oh wow, she's cute. This, cute little Asian girl in this. I mean, that's pretty nice, But then she's a bitch. She's playing a total bitch. Total heartless. I mean, some of these characters are so heartless as far as what these other characters have been through. Even Pet, Mary is a little bit more in the middle, So she doesn't do anything as crazy as what Pet and Lucy and everything. These characters are just so... I mean, at one point, Lucy is watching on a tablet. She's sitting there watching the death of Mo from the remake. And Elena reacted exactly how I would have done. She takes the damn tablet and tosses it aside. And of course, Lucy's character is all upset, and Pet is coming up, what are you doing, and defending, it, and thinking she's you're losing it, and all that. You didn't go through what she went through. And that was her boyfriend. You're sitting there watching die on a video. And they're laughing and making fun of it and everything. It's just, oh God, it's just... But overall, I think because of Robyn Alomar, Tim Rozan, their performances are really good in this. And there's some more performances with Tori Barban as Mary, and the returning Nadine, Bhabha as Sadie. She's really good in this as well. Now, I'm going to go into some spoilers now. So if you have not seen this, go on to Tubi now and watch this, and then come back and finish my review, please, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. All right, now with that out of the way, they have the returning of one returning character that I was not expecting to see in this, and that was Elle Paterson as Mitchie, because Mitchie did get killed. And there's a couple of moments where you see her reprising her role with the cut throat like she had, in the movie, in the remake. And she's appearing, Robyn Alomar is so traumatized by this whole experience that she keeps seeing Mitchie coming to her. And I have to give Elle Paterson credit in this. She's much better playing this ghost version of Mitchie than she was playing Mitchie in the remake. So maybe the actress wasn't the problem, it was just the part. So, but on top of that, we have the reveal of a new killer. Yes, Mary Walsh is not back as Carney in this film. Even though they set it up with, seeing her body and her opening her eyes at the end of the remake. Carney's not back in this. She's supposedly dead already and everything. She didn't come back. But I get it that a lot of these characters are coming back, and you have to surprise people with a twist of getting some of these characters that survived and, and killing them. They kill Tori Barban's Mary in here. And I was kind of upset with that, but I got it. I understood, okay, yeah, well, not all these survivors from the remake are going to make it through part 2. But then not long after that, Nadine Bhabha's Sadie is brutally murdered as well. And I was very disappointed in that because I really liked the Sadie character from the remake. And she was an original character that, was brought in for this, for the remake originally. So, but I was, I admire them for, having the balls to do that, in one respect, but because of what a good performance Nadine was doing in this role, I hated to see her get killed in this. But yeah, they actually have Pet, Romy Weltman's character, be revealed to be the new killer of this film. Had they not went with making her such a total bitch throughout this film, because, I just could not wait for the killer to come up on her and cut her freaking head off, because she was so annoying. But, so to make her the killer, I did get to see her get killed, because, Elena fights her in the final reel of the film and ends up killing her. So, that was pleasing in a way, but it would have been much more pleasing had the damn killer been somebody else and just killed that bitch. I guess it's a testament to Romy Weltman's performance that she got me. She made me dislike her a lot. And like I said, I really liked the character in a way. I didn't hate her in the remake. So, wow. Made me change my opinion of your character big time here. So, I loved Robyn Alomar, Nadine Bhabha while she was on screen before they killed her. Tori Barban was just as cute as ever as Mary. It's a shame she got killed as well. I was surprised that they didn't kill Dakota Jamal Wellman as the Prez. I was expecting him to die. And they went completely against expectations and killed Sadie instead. And it was like, oh. Like I said, the way that they did the Neo-Rome character of Claudia, the way they just, forced the issue trying to make her look like the killer so bad. And then, Tim Rozan stealing her phone and then figuring out things on her phone as like the weird thing that Elena's name is the password to get into her phone, and then finding that she is the manager of this murder site. It's just too much, and I was like, they're not going to be that obvious. She's not going to be revealed to be the killer. And I was right. But making Pet the killer, after making her such an insufferable bitch throughout this film, was just not the best of moves. But overall, it's not a bad sequel to the remake. So I will give this film an equal score to the remake. I will give this an 8.0 out of 10. It lives up to that remake, and it continues the characters pretty much in a good way. At least for Elena, Mary, the magician, and Sadie. Some of the characters like Pet, being screwed over and turned into a total bitch. It's a different story, but yeah. So, what do you think of this film? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. And as usual, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, because it really does help the channel out a lot. So, 2 reviews into the year we are, and we've already got 2 Terror Trains out of the way. Well, if there is a Terror Train 3, I'd be fine with that, as long as Robyn Alomar and Tim Rozan and some of the other that survived, with Dakota, Jamal, Wellman as the Prez, come back and everything. I'd be okay with that. I have enjoyed these first 2 movies, so I wouldn't mind seeing a 3rd film. So if Philippe, Gagnon wants to make another one, I'm all on board, as long as you keep it going in the direction you've been going. But I highly doubt you'll be able to pull it off, putting them on a train for a 3rd time. So the title Terror Train might have to change. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.